Hi, Mario.
Hello. So what's going to happen tomorrow? We're going to have a share at the
Oh,
banquet?
yeah, I was just gonna ask you. We probably do it early, 5:30 or 5, who knows?
No, 5:30 is too late.
Oh, what time does it start?
6.
Oh, I think so. Okay. That's right. We also have the other shear, the Turba shear.
Yeah, he'll have to cancel that one.
Yeah.
Or move it to Wednesday. I don't know.
Yeah, that works.
Let's see who's here.
Yeah, George
Oh,
is coming.
Jorge.
Buenas noches. Good night.
Long
How are
time.
you?
All right. Long time no see.
I know the hour has been crazy, but tonight I'm going to be in and out. I'm working at the VA also.
Oh
For
no.
a retired person, you're working a hell of a lot.
That's the point. I don't want you to get bored of my face.
Huh?
Good. There's a lot of need. The world is meshugi. I need something to keep my mind away from all the tourists we're facing.
Yeah, I can. But did you notice that in the news it's not so much about Israel anymore?
It's yesterday's news. I'm happy that way.
You know what? The important thing is that they have to give Israel the space to do what it needs to do. Everything else, we'll have to work through, but it's crazy.
Yeah, but today Netanyahu admitted they're going to be there for months and months because they have to keep the security of Israel by basically freezing Hamas in there.
I mean, if they didn't have the all of this 240 people, they could just flood them out.
A different story, right?
Yeah, they would flood them out like Egypt did, which would be lovely. Personally, I think that would be the way I would do it, but they have highly specialized dogs that are trained to go looking for them.
Yeah, I saw that today. Yeah, that's very interesting.
Well, it's sad. I mean, to think that you even have to be thinking like that you need to train animals that can be trackers that can go into these stupid.
Well, the animals are tracking animals.
Yeah, tracking animals.
I thought it was
That's
a brilliant
exactly right.
idea. I mean, can you imagine? They've been thinking about this for probably years.
With the
to
dogs?
get ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't just train them in the last 3 weeks.
Right.
Yep.
I think they train them their attack dogs too. They go down and they attack.
Yep.
Do the dogs speak Hebrew?
They understand Hebrew commands, actually, seriously.
I'm sure that they're trained in Hebrew. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why would they train them?
Yiddish.
I should tell Moose, Shev, Moose, Shev.
Hello, gentlemen.
Where?
Walter?
Hey, Walter.
Nebuch, this poor guy that died. Terrible.
Ventura, yeah.
Ventura, Yechapitzville.
No.
I texted the rabbi.
No, the guy in Los Angeles got knocked on the head. Where was it?
No, it was Ventura.
No.
It was
It's Ventura.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I texted my Chabad rabbi in Oxnard. He said the Chabad rabbi of Thousand Oaks and somewhere else are on the case to find out. So.
Yeah, but they won't find this guy. It's probably, who knows, he had a mask on.
It was in Westlake Village, not in Ventura.
Oh, Westlake Village?
No.
Yeah,
no,
it could have been Ventura if it's from Agura. They're gonna find out in Chabad over there.
I don't know.
Wherever it's from, it's not a good thing.
No, it's not. It's a terrible thing.
Yeah.
They called him elderly. He's 65.
Really?
Yeah.
Now you're taking it personal.
Yeah.
Me for
elderly. I'll show you elderly.
Ay, ay, ay.
Terrible, terrible.
It really is terrible.
Time to get out of here.
Okay.
Where to?
Kibbutz,
Israel.
Nir
Israel.
Oz. Do you see all these people going? I heard Birthright put out I don't know, an announcement or an advertisement or something. Anyone who's a Birthright graduate who wants to come back to Israel
Yeah.
to help them do, manual labor on Moshavim and Kibbutzim harvest.
Well, the rabbi put out a questionnaire if you want to go or not. Did you see that?
Yeah, so I sent him back the same thing. I said, I know going army bases is nice. I said, but I think that if we go, we should find something that needs labor to do, that they need help with, because people are in the IDF or Arabs aren't working, whatever. Hiva says in Beitar, one of the changes you see is that the garbage does not get picked up often. He said there's just garbage everywhere, and that it's just not clean like it used to be because they don't have labor.
Yeah, I'm not sure which Jewish guys are moving to Israel to go take the garbage out. That's
I could work in Trader Joe's of Israel. I could do a lot of things.
and that I said take the garbage.
I could drive a garbage truck. It's a big deal.
Yeah, my grandson is working in a farm.
Oh, yeah, what's he doing?
I don't know if it's planting or harvesting or I don't know.
Oh, nice. Nice.
The one who visits you, that grandson?
No.
Gabriella's, right?
For my oldest daughter, the oldest twin. I think it's 22.
I think he worked
Wait.
by me once, no? Didn't he work with me? Mario?
Who?
He worked with me once. He came to work in the office once.
No, that was Rafael, right?
Raphael, isn't it? But Raphael is older than him.
No, yes. Rafael is 26, 27. He's in Washington working for the Department of Justice.
The Department of No Justice.
Well,
Okay, Ernest.
Okay,
Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem. So we can do Bava Kama first and then Kiddushin, or Kiddushin first and then Bava Kama. Does everybody have?
Bava Kama.
Okay, we'll do Bava Kama first.
Kiddush, do the harder and then the easier. The Kiddush, the Bava Kama is much harder. Okay, whatever.
Gimel Amud
what-
Beit. So tomorrow is the Lanyado dinner. So we'll probably just have to skip one night.
and what about Surah? Also skipped.
Yeah, I'll send a message that the Tzurba will have to be skipped as well. Tzurba will move to Wednesday night. We've done that before.
Yeah.
So I'll move Tzurba to Wednesday night.
And
Okay,
after maybe at 5 o'clock or in the afternoon, no, it doesn't work.
Tomorrow we could do it at 5 o'clock if that works.
No, it's too late. It's too late.
Why is it too late?
Well, there's
It's a
mincha.
6:30 it starts.
There's mincha. There's mincha at 4:40. We could do it at 5 o'clock. I could do it at 5 o'clock. Let's try. We'll do it at 5 o'clock tomorrow.
You send the record. Send me the recording. Okay.
Okay. So we're on Gimel Amud Beis. The Mishnah said Maveh ve'ha'ever, and hever is burning. These are mechanisms of damage. My Maveh, Rav Amar Maveh ze'adam. Maveh refers to a human being doing damage, not an animal. Ushmuel Amar Maveh ze'Hashem. Shmuel says that Maveh is the specific damage caused by a shore by eating. Rav Amar Maveh ze'adam d'chsiv Amar shomer asa voiker v'gam laila im tivoyin voyin. This pasuk refers to a human being, and the word voyun maveh refers to damage caused by human being. Shmuel Amar Maveh ze Hashem. Ichsiv eich nechpesu Esav nivu matzpunov. And my mashma, where do we see that has anything to do with tooth? You know, Rav Yosef, ichtin ispelish Esav is galyon matmroini. Mavez is a language of hiding, revealing what's hidden. And teeth, an animal, when he eats, he reveals his teeth. Now, Rav, my time in Amar Kishmuel. Why didn't Rav say that Maveh means shame? Miktani niveh. Niveh, it would have to be in a language of niveh. Because according to Shmuel, it's something that's revealed. So it would have to be niveh, not Maveh. Shmuel, my time in Amar Karov. Miktani boeh. It doesn't say the word boeh, which is a direct act by a human being. So it's something that caused. So michte kroy loy kamar daiki v'lo kamar daiki comes out. Neither pasuk is very convincing. So Rav, my time Lamer Kishmol. Why didn't Rav say that Mav is shame? Because Tana shore, v'chomili the shore. That when the Tana mentioned short, already included the three primary Av Nesikin, which we talked about, Karen, Shane, and Regel. So that leaves Maveh for human damage. Shmuel Nami Hatana Le Shor. Isn't Shane included in Shor? Asked the Gemara. So why did Shmuel say Maveh Shane? Amrav Yehuda. Tana Shor Lakarno. Shor is only for Karen, only the damage caused by the horn. Maveh is Lishino. Maveh refers to its eating. V'hachi kamer, lo ria Karen, she'ein anol lezeko. Karen is not like Shane because the animal doesn't get any benefit when it gores. But when an animal eats, it enjoys itself. When an animal eats, he doesn't have kavanah to do damage. He has kavanah to eat. When an animal gores, it has kavanah to do damage.
And you're on Daf Dalet, so it's
Daf
up
Dalet.
or?
Yeah, we can stop.
Okay, no. Okay, go
This will
on.
be Dalet. Yeah. Afraid to come over lav kavachoymer umashain she'ed kavanos lazik. Eating, the animal doesn't have specific kavanah to damage. And we say chayiv, you're obligated to pay damages. Karen shekavanos lazik. When the animal gores, we say it has kavanah to do damage. Lo kol shekain. We would know from a kavachoymer. So Yitzchak, we have to be told individually. Maybe it would be like an Eved Kanani. When an Eved of a person damages property, the master doesn't have to pay. So maybe Hachinami Loshna, even though the kavanah there by the Eved is to do damage. And I might think that by the shore it's the same thing. We'd say no. There's a reason why the halacha is that when an Eved does damage, the master doesn't have to pay. Shema yaknitenu rabo v'yelech v'yad legedisha shel chaveru. The Eved, to cause trouble for his master, will go and burn the field of his neighbor. He'll cause his master to owe $1,000 every day. So we say he's potter. Ela parichachi. This is I have to ask the question. Lo re'iyah keren shekavanos lahazik. Goring, the animal has kavanah to do damage. So it's not like riyah shein kavanos lahazik. When the animal eats, it has no kavanah to do that. V'lo shein sheyesh anola zeko kriya keren shein anola zeko. The animal doesn't benefit when it goes. So those we need to be told about. Well, according to Shmuel, shor is keren and mave is shein. So where do we find regel? V'regel mai shaire when it says in the end of the Mishnah, kishihizik, when he does damage, chavamazik lasui regel. That includes the animal doing damage with its leg. I've listening be'adai. Why wasn't it mentioned like the others? Elo amaravatona shor is really liragla. Shor is not keren, but shor is regel. Umave l'shino. Vachi komer. Loria keren. Excuse me. Loria regel. Shehizika motzi. An animal walks every day. So it's a very common thing. Kiriya shein shein is ekamotzi. It's not that common that an animal will do damage through eating. Gloria shein sheishanola zeko. The animal has benefit when it eats. Kiriya regel sheishanola zeko. When the animal kicks something, he doesn't have a no. So we're left Karen Mai. Where's Karen? Shaire? Do we leave it out? No. When the Mishnah says kishihishi chavamazik, that comes lasui. Karen comes to include Karen. Afraid more of a listening badei. Why didn't it list Karen? Oh, the Gemara has a good answer for that. Bimu'adim mitchilasun kamayri. Regel and Shane does not go through a learning process where their animal is a tam, and then after he does damage 2-3 times, he becomes a mu'id. Our Mishnah is listing the things that are mu'id right away. B'tamim ulavasof mu'adin lo kamayri. Those kind of damages, which the animal is a tam, and only after he repeats it multiple times does it become a mu'id, it didn't mention that. That's why Karen, the way we're learning now in Shmuel, is not mentioned. So Shmuel, my time iloma karav. Why didn't Shmuel say like Rav that Mav is Adam? Adam haktani seifa. Later on in the Mishnah, it's going to say Shor Amuid, V'Shor Amazik, B'Shus Anizik. A shore that is a muad to gore, and a shore that did damage is basically in the possession. Now, if he gores in the reshus of the one who got damaged, and v'ha adam. So adam was already mentioned in the Mishnah. So Shmuel says, "What you don't need Ma'aveh here to mention adam." Afraid to come over listening bereisha. Maybe adam should be mentioned in the beginning among the avos nezikin. So the Gemara says, no. This first Mishnah of talking about the Arba Avos is Beniske Mammon Kamayri. It's dealing with damage caused by his property, like his cow or his car. But Beniske Gufo, but damage is caused by his body, Lo Kamayri. Mishnah is not dealing with that. So Rav Nami Haktani Adam B'Seifa, Rav, who's learning that Mave means Adam, what does he do with the fact that at the end of the Mishnah, it talks about Adam? Armalacha, Rav, there at the end of the Mishnah, it was just to remind us and put Adam in a category that it's muad right away. Okay. Umay lo hare. Why didn't the Mishnah go through like it did in an analysis when it says hare hashor kare hamavet? So lo re'i hashor Shemeshamas HaKoifer. When an ox kills a human being, the owner has to pay koifer. Kriya Adam. When a human being kills a human being, Ein Meshalam HaKoifer. He does not pay a monetary payment. He either goes to Golus with his body, or he's killed if it was Eidim Basra. V'lo re'iha Adam shechayv ba'arvid dvorim. When a human being damages another human being, besides nezek, which is the actual damage done, for example, the actual damage, if a person amputates a person's hand, so you value him in the market completely, what he would be worth, and what would be worth sold in the market without a hand. So let's say he would be sold for $1,000 complete and $800 without a hand. The nezek would be $200. His diminution in value, that's the nezek. Besides the nezek, there's 4 other things. Tsar, which is pain. Boishes, which is embarrassment. Ripui, which is his medical bills. Vishevet, which is his disability. He's off of work for 2 weeks. You have to pay for that. When a shore damages a person, there's only nezek. There isn't the arbid dvarim. Atzara shavish behen. What is common between Adam and shore? Shadark and lahazik. They have a tendency to damage. I mean, usually a shore does not do damage. Here we're talking about a shore mu'id, which has already shown a propensity to do damage. But even a mu'id, would you say shadar kol hazik? Yeah, kivin diyad urchihu. Once it's gored 3 times, then that's its way. And we would say it's derechus to be mazik. Well, is Adam darko lahazik? Can we say the same thing about a human being, that its nature is to damage? Yeah, biyasham, when he's sleeping. Biyasham darko lahazik, yeah. Kivin shekayef upashit, he stretches his arms, his leg, doesn't know what he's doing, and he can break things. Orchahu, anything near him might be in danger. So his derech is lahazik even without kavanah. Now, the other common denominator is shmirasun alech. So, is it my job to watch somebody else? Adam shmiras gufa alavu. His shmir is on himself. Well, ulatamech tani karna arba avos nezikin the Adam echad mehem. And there in that Mishnah clearly says shmiras alecha. So Adam shmiras gufa alavu. Elikdam le'ravolatana. Tni Adam shmiras gufa alav. A person has to watch himself that he doesn't do damage. Achanami tni Adam shmiras gufa alav. Now, on this machlokas, we're on Dal Lamed Beis. On this machlokas between Rav and Shmuel, Maskif Rav Mary. Ema mavizeh amayim. Ki dichsiv ki kaduach eish hamisi mayim tave eish. So maybe when water does damage, that's mav. So miksiv mayim nivu tave eish ksiv. It's not the water that's doing the damage, it's the fire that's consuming. Maskif l'Rav Zvid. Ema mavizeh eish. Maybe Mave is Eish. The Chiksiv Tave be'eshu Dichsiv. Because of the Pasuk refers to Eish. So the Gemara says, how could that be? Ihachi Maya Mave v'ahever. The Arba Avos Ezekin is, the next one is Hever, which clearly is Eish. maybe v'chitema perusha kamafarish, that the Mishnah is in a structure where there's explanatory words, that mave means hever, then iachi arba avos, would it say four nezikin or rak shloisha? It would be shor, bor, and mave, which would be fire. And it wouldn't be arba. So v'chite matana shor the isputarti. Maybe shor refers to two, which is Shane and Regel.
Ben Zona. Woo! Palestinian Ben Zona.
What's that?
Palestinian Ben Zona. Palestinian Ben Zona.
Walter, you okay?
Ben Zona.
No.
Walter?
Walter?
It must have-
Walter, you
It must have been something on his cell phone. So maybe if you add up Shane and Regel in Shor, then you have 4 with Bor and Aish. So Ihachi, then what does it mean? Lo zev zeh sheyesh ben ruach chayim, Aish my ruach chayim is spake. The Mishnah ended up by saying these things don't have ruach chayim. Well, Aish doesn't have ruach chayim. Visu my kareh Aish. If Mave is Aish. So you can't explain Mave being Aish. Mave is either Odom Mazik, like Rav learns, or it's Shane, like Shmuel learns. Now, Tani Rav Oshia. Rav Chia and Rav Oshia wrote the Baraisas. So he has a Baraisa that, in contradistinction to our Mishnah, which said that there are 4 categories of damage, he says shloishos are avos nezikin. There are 13 categories. 13 ways that a person's going to be chayav to pay for damages. So number 1, shomer chinam. If you're an unpaid watchman and you were negligent on something that somebody gave you to watch, you'd have to pay. Now, shoel, a borrower, if what you borrowed died or got lost, you're required to pay. No se schar, if you get paid, if you're a paid watchman, where you're obligated to pay if it got stolen or lost, or a soicher, a renter. So also there's different ways that he pays. So, and then there are, so besides those 4 types of shoimrim, you have 5 damage payments. We said nezek, tsar, ripui, sheves, uboishes, which we explained tonight. So that's 4 plus 4 is 8. The arba avos demasnisim, and then you have the 4 of our Mishnah: shor, bor, mave, and hever. Now you're up to 12. At placer, 5 and we're at 9 plus 4 is 13. Now, Tana Didon, my Tana Lotaniani. How come our Tana that only listed 4, why didn't he list these? So Bishma Shmuel, that Mave is Shane. Maybe our Mishnah that mentioned 4 is Beniske Mamon Kamairi, but Beniske Gufa Lo Kamairi. It's only talking about damages that your assets or your property does, but not damages that the human being does. So it's not listed. Only these 4. Elara, who learns Maviz Adam. So why not list all 13 of these? So according to Rav, Tana Adam and Kol Mili to Adam. When, according to Rav, when in our Mishnah it says Maveh, it means all categories of a human being. Shomer Chinam, Shomer Sachar, Shoel Sachar, and then the 5 damages that he has to pay if he damages another person. So they're all in there. So it's a very good word. Rav Shia, our Mishnah says Adam, it could include all those things. So say Trey Gavni Adam. There's 2 types of human damage. Tana Adam da Azik Adam. When a human being damages another human being, those are the 13 that Rav Shia mentioned. The Tana Adam da Azik Shor, for example, if an Adam damages property of another person or an animal of another person, that's what's listed Maveh in our mission. So Ihachi Shor Nami listing Trey Gavni. Why don't you list 2 types of shor? Listni shor de izik shor, but listni shor de izik adam. An ox can gore another ox, and then separate than that is an ox goring a person. Gemara says, "Hi, mine." There's no kasha. Bishma adam da azik shor. There's a difference when a human being damages an object versus a person. Adam da azik shor. Nezek mishalem. He only pays the damage if the animal was worth $1,000. Now he's worth $800. He pays $200. But Adam da azik Adam, besides the depreciation, the nezek that he pays, mishalem arbidvar. We said he has to pay tsar, pain, ripui, medical bills, sheves, disability, uboiches, embarrassment. So there by Adam, there's 2 different things. But shor, a shor amazik, mali shor de izik, shor, mali shor de izik Adam. That makes no difference. Adi nezek mishalim, no more. The 4 shoymrim is Adam the Azik Shorhu, because we're talking about him. He was given an object to watch, and it got damaged, and yet it's mentioned separately, based on the way we're learning, which should have mentioned. So Tani Azeka Biyadayim. Our Mishnah, the Arba Avos Nezikin Mishnah, talks about when you damage something actively. But Rabbi Shia, Tani Azeka Memela. For example, a shoymer. He just sits there and something happens. It's not that he actively damaged it, it's Memela. So that's why it lists it in 2 different places. Now, so far, we have the Tan of our Mishnah that lists 4 of us. We have the Barais of Rav Shia that listed 13. Tani Rav Chia Esrim Va'arba Avis Nazik. He lists 24. So number 1, Tashlume Kefel. When a Ganav steals and he doesn't admit, he has to pay double. V'tashlume Arba V'chamisha. Somebody stole and shechted or sold it, he has to pay 4 or 5, depending on whether it was an ox or a sheep. Ganav, who admits, and Gazlan, the Eidim Zomimin, Eidim that swore falsely, and they have to pay whatever they wanted to be Chayiv Yankel to pay. Then v'ha'oines, if you rape a girl, v'amefate, you seduce a girl. Obviously, the difference is one, she is coerced, and the other, she agrees. You have to pay the father 50 slime. Umotzi shemra, person claims that his wife was not a besula, and you have to pay 100 slime. Hametame, if you are tame and you are metame the truma of your friend, v'amedameya, if you mix truma with chulin, and therefore you answer the person from eating it, who's not a kohen. Hamanasech, if I stick my finger into my friend's barrel of wine with kavanah of avodah zara, and therefore I prohibit his wine. So these are 11. Vahani tleiser, and then you have the 13 of Rav Shia. Now you have Esrim va'arba. Rav Shia, my time in Lotanahani. Why did Rav Shia leave these out? Because b'mamona, when you pay the exact monetary damage, that's the ones he listed, Kamairi. Biknasa lo Kamairi. These fines, like when you pay 50 shekel when you rape, that's a knas. It's not mammon. It's not tashlume. It's tashlume knas. So he only listed ones that's a mammon payment. Well, Ganef Gazlan, they pay mamoinahu. At least listening, Rav Shir should have listed that. Hatanale shomer chidim v'ashoyel. In shomer chidim and a shoyel, when you give an unpaid watchman something to watch, and he claims it was stolen, and it turns out he took it himself, he pays like a ganef. So ganef and gazlan is in there. So in the 13 that Rav Chia added to his list of 11, there was already shomer chidim and shol, which we just said talks about ganef and gazlan. Well, there's a difference. Tani mamona da asal de be'atera. A shomer was given an object to watch, so the asset was given to him completely in a permitted way. Later on, he decided to co-opt it and to steal it, but he got the asset initially through a heter. So that's listed one place. Uktani mamoina da asal de be'isura. But a ganef for a gazan who stole something, so it came into his possession in a non-heterdic way, that had to be learned in a different mission.
Shkayach.
Well, now we're going to learn Kiddushin.
Yeah.